alive, as though it wasn't gonna be, with Canada coming out of the tunnel with Kenya. Fantastic scenes there from our German invitees to the Canada Sevens. Jake Teal will lead this side on the field, with Phil Burnett on the bench nursing a few injuries. Canada in their traditional red. Very much a new look team, as we've talked about all weekend. Some young blood in here, taking their chance, putting their hand up, and will be fighting for a bronze medal. Alvin Otieno has been a star, just a dream to watch out there. Odhiambo always dangerous. Nelson Oyu, the cool, calm head, who takes his chance. It will be a big ask for the Canadians. We're joined by Rob Brickman. Rob, this should be a fun one.
Well, let's hope it lives up to what we've just witnessed. Drama to the last in the previous game. You're going to get some raucous support from the Kenyan fraternity down at the front. Adam Dale about to referee it. The Englishman with a smile on his face because he knows how this atmosphere is going to light up here in Edmonton.
There's the signal. Kenya in the black and red jerseys. Kicking long. Gathered and released. There's Andrew Coe. He picked off an interception. That ball's gone forward. Some concern from Coach Henry Paul about the fitness of the Canadian players, perhaps down to only 8 or 9 for selection.
Yes, a definite factor, certainly against the Kenyans, where you're using more anaerobic fitness from the wrestling and grappling that they love to do. What I do hope maintained with this young Canadian team is this no-fear approach. Keep that ball alive, keep the offloads going. It's high risk, but the reward is there for all to see.
Set. So, 22 meters out, Kenya. Munga goes wide. On his bike, literally, Nelson Oyu. That one's been spilled. Good tackle from Coe. Advantage, and Canada's going to run with it right from their own end. Teal recognizes there's nothing on out wide. Gives it back to Persilier. Persilier has been very busy. Crushed there by Mbaka, his introduction to the series. As you said, Rob, a very positive group of young Canadian players. They paid their dues in the training environment, with many of the Olympians resting, and there's a gap. Big Nick Allen. Sorry, buddy. He's been the hard runner for this team. Teal spilled it backwards. Persilier goes wide. Brenning Prevost, his first touch, and there is Coe on the end. Gives it back to Prevost, who touches it twice with the boot. Mora looks for another one. Advantage being played, advantage over, which is interesting. Spilled loose. Knock on in the tackle is the final call. Frantic start here.
Yeah, and it's got the crowd going. Topsy-turvy, end-to-end. That's exactly what you want. Loads going on from this last phase or two. This is the Allen carry. He's got to be so careful about putting that forearm up. He did it in the previous game. When that handoff turns to a forearm, if it's separated from your body, you will be in trouble. And this is where it got a little bit messy. Ball on the floor, slapped out off the foot. And because it was kicked, the advantage was over. Henry Paul looking on. He'll be nervous, excited, anxious, a lot. But what an atmosphere to be in as a head coach.
Well, a great sevens brain. He's passing on his knowledge to these teams. He took the Canadian team to the Olympics in Tokyo. They finished top. The likes of Nathan Hariam and Harry Jones, who have all sent their best wishes to this young Canadian team, but there's a new look side definitely for the men in red.
And same with the Kenyans, massive changes there. Still got a little bit more experience. Let's see if they can make it count.
Across the face of the Canadian defense goes Odhiambo. Missed tackles, and that'll cost him. And it is the big man, Alvin Otieno. And coming back into play is Allen. He's looking to offload with the one arm. Wisely holds on to it as the troops arrive. Canada giving this crowd lots to cheer about. Teal in the 5-meter channel comes in field. And the penalty against the Kenyan on the floor.
Yeah, William Backer's got to get out of the way. I know he's saying he can't. The referee sees the snapshot, rightly calls it. If you slow down play, you're going to get pinged. He's a wise, experienced, huge character of the game.
Some discussion by the Canadians what they Hirayama over many years. Brenning Prevost is going to put it into touch. Canada will restart from the set-piece lineup.
Fine for every time he touches his hair in the team reviews, I'm sure, but he is composed to the highest order. Never ever looks stressed, does he?
10 meters out, Canada. Prevost. It's it wide. Coe puts more into space, but it's gone forward.
Thanks, mate. Clearly forward, guys.
Well, he certainly tried to pull the trigger, didn't he, Coe?
I wonder if they spotted something in analysis. You see how tight that Kenyan defense is.
It is really tight. That ball goes to hand. Laura's going to be coasting in. He's another one of these players we can identify as being for the future of Canadian rugby.
Josiah Morris scored that crucial quarterfinal winning try.
Bind.
A great moment for him.
Set.
Wonderful journey he's had. Just to beat Ireland, to get Canada into the top 4, playing for the bronze medal here. Kenya finalists last week against South Africa. Not the final perhaps they wanted, as the South Africans dominated. It's the chance for them. Oh! Straight to the middle. Big chase, but a big dive. Wonderful play, Nelson Oyu. I told you he was the playmaker. He found a way to unlock the Canadian defense.
Well, they lit the fuse for the firecracker down front. Kenya corner, the Kenya section is where you want to be if you are watching rugby. And Oyu with the wheels, a little bit of a show. Gets through the line. Fair play. I think Coe was in chase. Might well have hurt his hamstring with that as well.
Nelson Oyu in his 37th tournament, vastly experienced. And after 5 minutes of play in this first half, he just finally unlocks the Canadians and gets the first score on the board.
And he just takes on the defence. Time after time, you're going to see Oyu just having a go, backs himself.
Sometimes at this stage of the event, Rob, that's what you need. Everybody's tired out there. Everyone's hurting. Who's going to back themselves to make a difference? Teal, wide. One mistake coming into another forward pass from Canada.
Well, fair play for Russell there.
Guys,
that must have been.
You have an option, it's knocked forward into touch.
Eclipse.
Scrum or line out? Scrum.
Homework barreling down on you.
Red Sun, time off, please.
I mentioned about changing the guard. Some of the Kenyan players, it's almost bizarre to see different personalities and shirts that have been in the possession of players for years. Konzinjira stepping back from the programme briefly. Andrew Omonde, what a stalwart he has been. I know they're honouring him in the coming weeks, rightly so for his services, but it's a change of the guard there as well for Kenya.
Kenya's team honour him with a bronze medal here. They work the short side. They're held up. Double tackle from Canada. Otieno from 5. That's not a good sign if you're Canadian. For not the first time in the last 2 weeks in Canada. Alvin Otieno.
I'll have a look at your side next time, mate.
Oh, Alvin Otieno. I will never tire of seeing this man play sevens. Then we have to rename the DHL Impact Player Award to the Alvin Otieno Award, because every time he's got it, he's doing one of those skills. Line breaks are plenty. It's just so difficult to tackle. He's only about 5'10", 175 centimetres or so, but he's so powerful. Just takes the line on, and then he goes straight to the camera. Part rugby player, part entertainer.
There it is. Pure joy when this man picks up a rugby ball. It's just wonderful to see. The extras to come. In fact, last week's DHL Impact player was Daniel Tabo, not even dressing for this side. And that is the rare experience of being alongside Kenyan fans at a World Series event. Good effort there from Alex Russell. He keeps it alive. Canada trying to get the crowd into this game. Green is on the field as a substitute. Josiah Mora backing up. Trying to fend off the attentions of Harold Anduvate. Teal lumbering right in that big scrum cap.
Just beyond horizontal.
Dump tackle beyond the horizontal.
Yeah, it's a trigger. Adam Mills looking for that. As soon as the hit's made, that's fine. But if you twist and turn the player past that horizontal plane, you're going to get pinged.
Well, you see Coe hobbling, and definitely there's 3 or 4 players. Brennan Prevost went for an X-ray 2 games ago just to make sure his arm was okay. So these young players have given their all, but I think they're pretty banged up here.
And that's the reality. People talk about what's it like playing week 2, day 2. You're about 50% of your capacity. You're absolutely battered and bruised, but adrenaline gets you a long way. And when you get that camaraderie built into it, you represent for your team and your country.
After 5 games, they earned the right to play against Kenya, the most physical side on the circuit. Trevor goes high, Mora gathers, tries that fend again. Holyoke is up to it. High tackle. Penalties mounting a bit against Kenya. Canada looking a little bit fatigued, flat-footed. Alex Russell's done well. Prevost in space. Mora swerving. He uses the referee well. He's still going. He's still on his feet. 20 meters out. He's still going. Josiah Mora. He gets it to Alex Russell. Can he reach out and score? Referee says yes. Try Canada.
Well, Russell is personifying that exhaustion you see. The crowd are absolutely electrified by the skill set of Mora. This guy needs to be celebrated. Russell teasing up initially, Prevo involved as well. And then here he comes, Mora. 1, 2. Uses the ref as a bit of a decoy. Why not? Even Leo can't stop him. Fence coming out, the side steps flying. Mora's taken on 3/4 of Kenya. And then Russell does the deed in the corner.
Thumbs up all round. The referee didn't have a second look. Brenny Prevost from the sideline. 2 more points. Canada in touch. Only 7 points adrift. Wow, all action here. Kenya 14, Canada 7. Be back.
Short-term savers and long-term planners think of us. Million-dollar ideas on 10% nothing think of us. Newcomers, long-termers, and in-betweeners think with us. Whether you want to open an account, open a business, or open your world, we are open to you.
Our rugby fans turn their attention to our big screen, and it's time for another HSBC Dance Game.
Well, this one's exciting enough, but we got lots more to come here from Edmonton, Commonwealth Stadium. Fine form here. The Fast Four final will be between Great Britain and USA. A repeat of last week's final in Vancouver. A lot closer affair. And South Africa, who won last week's final, will now find Great Britain. In 45 minutes, that will be their opponent. And Rob Brickerman should be a good one.
Well, it's going to be absolutely brilliant. This place is really loving their rugby. The 33rd spot in the HSBC 7 Series. That's what we've seen all afternoon. Bouncing crowds, loving their environment, loving their sevens rugby. The home team set to kick off.
Well, Edmonton's starting to dance. The party is fun. Off the field, it's all going on. On the field, Canada's down by 7. Brought some life to this crowd with a late try at the end of the first half in this bronze medal match. Canada in the red kicking off. Kenya receiving in the black jerseys.
Knock on Kenya there.
Knock on Kenya, but it's kept alive.
Advantage over.
The referee is now saying advantage over. That will not be popular with the crowd here. Prevost picked it off, and he's in space. Options for Canada. Over the top again. Teal in space. He fends with one hand, the left hand on the head. John Teal brings this crowd to their feet.
Happy call?
Well, the comeback is not new to the Canadians. They have come back a couple of times, but this is from the turnover. Mora, his stock rises. Prevo continues to impress. Game after game is composed. And then how about this? In your face from Teal, gets the fend out, strides towards the celebs, rightly engaging this crowd.
Prevost, a clean strike. Hours of practice in the fields at Dunline Norfolk School, Castaway Wanderers Rugby Club, and the Pacific Pride program. What a great job from him. And I called him John Teal. His father's an international prop in 15s. He'd be proud of that fend off.
You're right, it was a prop that would turn into a 100-metre try, wouldn't it? But that was brilliant from Teal. Talk about pressure. Prevost continuing to be the Iceman with his conversions, but Teal is topping the charts with his offloads, and he is leading.
Well, this Canadian team won't go away. They would have been underdogs coming into this one against Kenya. They've tied it up. They can't afford missed tackles. And Prevost tries the ankle tap. What a response from William Baka. Who else? Senior veteran gathers the kickoff. Amazing play.
Well, what about that for riposte? This crowd is kicking off, and Baka has part silenced them. Off he goes. The Kenyan racehorse. And how about this? He's built like a boxer. He runs like a steeplechaser. That was William Baka when you need him the most.
Well, the conversion's good. William Baka has graced the HSBC World Series on 51 tournaments. And he's happy to take this kickoff and run it all the way back.
That's how quick he can swing in sevens. Mentioned about Canada coming from behind. You're not helping yourself if you give a free track to the big man. And Baka's took his place on the sideline. But the fear is with this Kenyan team, they keep on coming.
Kenya goes long as they do sometimes. Gathered by Coe. On the field is Isherwood, the local boy who makes things happen. He's got it out wide. Russ is squaring up. He goes midfield. He thought he was free, but the shorts were held between the legs. It's been spilled. High risk option from Coe.
Sorry, off feet.
Kenya off their feet. Canada will go. Isherwood with a quick tap. Green on the ball, showing. Finally brought down. Fair competition on the ground. Stolen by Lumwa.
I mentioned about how impressive that number 8 shirt has been for Kenya over the years. That's a big play from Humwa. He's over the top of it. He's big, he's strong, and he's holding on.
Well, Penley awarded, but Kenya's going to choose the scrum. Just over 3 minutes to go. A fizzing encounter here. Canada clawed their way back.
Bind.
Kenya, last week's finalists. They've got about a tenth of the crowd, but their fans seem to be as loud as the whole stadium. Straight from the scrum. Clean tackle. Otieno, guess what's coming now, Canada? Oh, the step and go. Green can't handle it. Alvin Otieno. There's so many different ways he gets it done. This time, no fend required. Let's have a look.
You have the pause for breath. The crowd are dancing and fully expect Otieno to be joining. He is one of the most formidable sevens players on the planet. Alvin Otieno, the pride of the Shujaa. Brought up on Ugali Mani for his dinner, and he is using that power, that weight, to his benefit.
The kick goes wide, so Canada still a glimpse here. 2 minutes, it's not. It's an eternity in sevens, I should say. Two converted tries, but they'll need something quickly, the Canadians. The 3 call comes in off the kickoff.
That's great control from the Kenyans. Used it right at the right time, and Baka's impact. Otieno following him. There's 2 big names for this big Kenyan team.
Sorry, that was
just
a mix-up
stepped
with
up.
the substitute. You've got 7 seconds on your timer, okay? Okay, time on.
Canada's had a lot of possession there, as you can see. The time's restarted. 1:40, and they do go long. This one goes over the dead ball line. Canada could restart at the middle, but it won't. Awkwardly bouncing for Vasilier, who is a missile shot
Not
at
held,
him
not
in
held.
the Kenyan jersey. He does well to ride the contact. Green on the ball. He gets it to Isherwood. Cole gives it back to Isherwood. He's on the move. Green's on the move. It's got to be numbers out wide. Green slow to go to his left hand. Finally gets it there. Vasilier back inside. Oh, Allen can't hold on to it. Thrilling stuff, though, from the Canadian players, taking their chances.
How are these men on the field even managing to walk, yet alone play the way they are? Henry Paul could not be prouder of the effort. It might not be going to hand, but this is how you build character. We're into the depths of this game, less than a minute to play, and still endeavour and still excitement. A little bit of inaccuracy perhaps, but my word, what a way to play.
Well, I know Henry Paul's been really happy with the effort. A young side to get to this stage, to get to a semi-final and compete for a bronze. You know, we said with the advent of COVID, these men have been holding bags and training with the full Olympic team, but now they're taking their chance and they're playing with joy. This one will go through the middle of them. They're perhaps running out of gas. Billy Odhiambo. Applause all around.
Yeah, Big Billy. He'll be waving on to the people in the crowd, people back home. Everybody watching their rugby in Kenya should be so incredibly proud of these players. Adversity perhaps amongst what they're building, but brilliant entertainers, fantastic rugby players, and more importantly, special people.
And that will do it, the final whistle. Exhaustion on the field, but joy really for both teams, the display that these teams put on. Josiah Mora, outstanding, showing he's got some touches to the world class. The Kenyan team, and that man, Alvin Otieno, really, what a character, what an attribute to the HSBC World Series. In the end, it's Kenya 33, Canada 14. Kenya wins the bronze medal. So the bronze medal in place, but hugs all around. Respect, I think, from these two teams.
Yeah, and I'm going to throw it back to you, Reece. It's incredible to see what's been building with Canadian rugby. It's clearly been a change of the guard. But what will this do to the Canadian rugby public?
Well, not only have these players gone live on national Canadian TV, which is a rare thing in this market, they provided moments of inspiration. We saw Josiah Mora scoring the try that got them through in the quarterfinal. We saw Brennan Graveau kicking kicks. This man, Teal, just showing his strength and his leadership. That boy there in the headband, Isherwood, lives in Okotoks, Alberta. Not really one of your big rugby towns traditionally. So great stories, good men who are proud to put on that jersey and are really a part of a great occasion here in Edmonton.
They're rightly waving to the crowd. I can see the emotion in your face as well when you talk about it. It's been a significant effort from them, for the men and the women. And most importantly, it's an entertained crowd. That's what you want from this brilliant